What I heard made my entire body go cold. I never believed a message in my mailbox could change my life. One afternoon, while sorting through my emails, I noticed a strange recommendation from a woman who described herself as a professional tarot reader and spiritual guide. Her message was simple. She claimed that a card reading could reveal hidden things about my future, including love, money, and important decisions I was about to make. I was curious. I clicked the link. Before long, I was chatting with a woman named Madame Clara. She spoke with such confidence that I became interested in what she had to say. She told me that my spiritual energy was unusually strong and that my guardian angel was trying to reveal something important to me. Then she told me that a private reading would be necessary. I paid for it. During the reading, she told me something that immediately caught my attention. According to her, my angel wanted me to marry my first love. I was stunned because I had recently reconnected with my first love, Daniel. We had dated years earlier before life separated us. When we met again, our feelings returned almost immediately. I thought perhaps the tarot reading was a sign. Madame Clara encouraged me to trust the relationship. She sent me her address, which was less than an hour from my city, and I began visiting her regularly. Every time I visited, she seemed to know exactly what to say. She advised me about my relationship, told me which decisions to make, and constantly reminded me that Daniel was part of my destiny. I trusted her completely. Eventually, Daniel moved in with me. We were discussing marriage, and I genuinely believed I had finally found the man I was meant to spend the rest of my life with. Then everything changed. One afternoon, I decided to visit Madame Clara without telling her. I wanted to surprise her. When I arrived, I noticed her front door was slightly open. Before I could knock, I heard voices coming from inside. One of them was unmistakable. It was Daniel. I froze. Why was my boyfriend at the tarot woman's house? I moved closer to the door and listened. What I heard made my entire body go cold. Daniel was talking about me. He was telling Madame Clara that I trusted her completely because I believed she was communicating with my guardian angel. Then he said something that made my heart stop. He wanted her to convince me to give him $80,000 for a business opportunity. They were discussing how the money would be divided between them. I heard Daniel mention that their arrangement would be 30 to 70. I stood there in disbelief. Suddenly, every strange thing made sense. The readings, the constant advice, her insistence that Daniel was my destiny, the way she encouraged me to trust him. It had never been about my future. They had been planning my financial future for themselves. I quietly walked away before either of them noticed me. When I got home, I went into our bedroom and packed every one of his belongings. I placed his suitcases and clothes outside the front entrance. Then I waited. About an hour later, Daniel arrived. The moment he saw his belongings outside, his face changed. He knocked furiously. "What's going on?" I opened the door and looked directly into his eyes. "Go back to your fake tarot woman." He froze. "What are you talking about?" "I heard everything," I replied. "The $80,000, the business story, the money you plan to share, everything." His face went pale. He tried to explain, but I stopped him. "You both planned to use my trust against me." He begged me to listen. I refused. That evening, Madame Clara called. I answered. Before she could say anything, I told her exactly what I had heard. She became silent. Then she started claiming that I had misunderstood the conversation. I laughed bitterly. How did you both know each other if it wasn't a setup and a way to dupe me? I told her that the woman I thought was helping me discover my destiny had actually been helping someone deceive me. Then I ended the call. Daniel never came back into my home, and I never visited another tarot reader again. But I eventually understood something much more important. My future wasn't written in a tarot card. It was in my own hands. And thankfully, I discovered the truth before their plan cost me $80,000. And before I married the man who was willing to sell my trust for money.